Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3, gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3, gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all, let's get it. Let's go. Man, that's crazy. I promise you it was crazy, man. My roommate stole him. Boom, he caught dude said, man, this word dude went back. He hit people, everything. Dude's trying to catch him. Like, but the steps is narrow. Our steps is narrow. They only about this little big. Pause, like, they like right here. Man, I promise you, dude's trying to catch him. He still hit the ground. Boom, he hit the ground. Everybody hit the ground. Boom, everybody fell. My roommate was like, yeah, let him get up. Yeah, let him get up. Get up. Yo, let him get up. Let him get up. This word, dude was out. Man, my roommate was like, watching the whole John like up the steps right here. He was like, that man went up the steps like it was nothing. He went up the steps like it was nothing. Went in the pod. We ain't got our door open. My word, I get back in the pod. Everybody was like, man, Weezy, why your roommate do that, man? I was like, man, I don't know, man. He was like, but they already fought though. I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know what his problem is, bro. I was like, I'm done talking to him. I said, because his mind is already made up about how he moves. The man said he don't care nothing about being somebody that's short, about to go to the crib. He said he don't care nothing about that, bro. I said, I done had conversations with him. I was like, but you know, I really don't know him like that. I can't keep on preaching to nobody that's going and way out the other. What you want me to do? So dude was like, yo, that jump crazy, man. So everybody, the whole pod come back in the pod. The whole pod come back. So everybody in the jump just talking about the jump. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I didn't even want to go to my cell. I didn't want to go to my cell, and I didn't. I didn't go to my cell, so he stayed in the joint. You know what I mean? So he was standing by the door. The lady popped all the doors. So he went in the cell. He just stayed in the joint. You know what I mean? So we all in the pod. Next thing you know, you hear, everybody hit the police noise. Next thing you know, you see the police coming in through the slider like, lock down. Everybody locked down. Everybody locked down right now. Everybody locked down. So that's what now I'm starting to make my way up the steps like, Lord, I gotta go in the cell with this freaking psycho, man. I'm like, shh, this jump crazy. So I get up the steps. I walk down to my cell. They lock the whole pod down. So we all behind the door. The sergeant in there, the lieutenant in there, there's 2 COs in there. So they all standing by the table. The dude's like, yo, why we locked down? Sarge, what's going on? LT, why we locked down? We just came from child. What we do to be locked down? Everybody snapping out, everybody yelling. Finally, the sergeant was like, open up 1 through 12. Open up cells 1 through 12. And y'all say, next thing you know, he's like, step out front of your doors. Step out front of your door. So I'm in 44. I can see what he's doing. He walked. He started from cell 1. He was like, take your shirt off. Lift your hands up. Turn around. So they checking people. This is what they do in penitentiary when they can't find who the suspect is who was fighting. You know what I mean? Like, the cameras, they had cameras, but the camera was bootleg. Dudes would turn the cameras. I promise you, I don't remember if he turned the cameras, but he got away with this. I can't remember if they turned the cameras, man, but they in there checking to see who got marks, man. That goes to show you that they don't know who was fighting. You know what I mean? Now, they got knocked out. You know what I mean? But they don't know who knocked them out. So they checking everybody. He was like, open up 13 through 22. Start checking everybody. Do the same routine. Check everybody's hands, take your shirt off, all of that. Next thing you know, they start coming up the steps. He was like, open up 44 through 35. John said, do. All our John's open. I step out. My roommate was like, he was on the bed, he was on the top bunk like he ain't do nothing. He was like, we stepped out the John. I'm like, pop the top. He like, turn around, White. I'm like, let me see your hands. I'm like, he got to my roommate. He was like, take your shirt off, man. What you doing? Poe was like, threw that joint off like it was a frisbee. He was like, He was like, turn around, man. He was like, back, it was like Lou Ferrigno. He was like, let me see your hands. He was like, I saw the lieutenant. I saw the LT face. I saw his face. He was like, let me see your hands. He was like, he looked at my roommate. He was like, and he went to the next cell. I was like, this junk crazy. My roommate is mere mortal. I was like, this junk crazy, man. I was like, man, this junk crazy. So they searched the whole joint. Long story short, they don't find nobody. They did 23, they did 30, 40, 23. They don't find nobody. They don't find nobody. Because the person they was looking for was my maniac roommate. They didn't find nobody, man. I promise you, they kept us in the cell. They kept us in the cell. Next thing you know, they come in the jump. You see them go back upstairs. Dudes, police come back in. They dip upstairs to 33. They went and go pack bro stuff who got in the fight. Man, I promise you, they packed his stuff up. It took about an hour. They packed this stuff up. They was like, y'all ain't coming back out. They gonna feed y'all dinner in the pod. And that's that. So everybody was like, so everybody was feeling some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, man, my roommate got us locked down. Like, you know what I mean? So this was on Friday. So I'm like, man, so we locked down. And it's like, you know what I mean? Nobody did nothing. But, you know, we in penitentiary. Stuff like this happen. So people be understanding. I'm going to tell you, really didn't care. My roommate on the top bunk looking at freaking Heat of the Night reruns. My word, he up that junk looking at Heat of the Night reruns, man, on WGN, man, on the Chicago channel. He up that junk looking at a freaking marathon of Heat of the Night. So he up that junk laughing. You know what I mean? I'm like, shh, all this, we behind the door all because of you, but I ain't say nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't want to be the preacher to this guy that ain't going to listen. So I ain't say nothing. So they packed the roommate stuff up and they came out and passed the trays out. So somebody was like, hey, Sarge, hey, look, it's Friday. Y'all gonna bring the microwave in? What time y'all gonna bring the microwave in? Sarge was like, I ain't bringing nothing in. Y'all ain't getting no microwave this weekend. Yeah, how about that? Y'all wanna knock people out? Yeah, how about that? Ain't no microwave this weekend. So everybody was like, man, we ain't do nothing, man. What you talking about? Man, we get the microwave. Everybody snapping out. I'm sitting on the bed like, my roommate up on the top ball like, hey, look, man, out there, I am too, man. Yeah, I'm like, freaking psychopath, man. So boom. Finally, I couldn't take it no more, man. It's like 10:30 at night. You know what I mean? Me and him ain't said one word to each other because I'm figuring he's probably like, yo, man, my roommate probably mad because we locked down and it's his fault. At the end of the day, I guess he respected it, man. But like, it was getting to me, man. I finally got up off the bed. I was like, man, they came through and did ice, or some late night ice. After they did the ice, he gave me his cup. You know what I mean? I gave him his cup back. I was like, man, look, man. I said, man, you can't be in here being a goon to the point, man, we getting all us punished for the jump, man. He was like, well, I mean, what do you want me to do, Weezy, man? Me and the man fought. I ain't like how the outcome was, so I got him again. I was like, man, but you ain't get a man a head up game, though, man. He was like, head up for what? Fight fair for what? He was like, man, see, that's what I'm talking about. When dudes get short, then you gonna start letting your guard down. He could have done the same thing to me. So I went on and took care of him first. What's the problem with that, Weezy? I'm like, man, the problem with that is that, man, that now you got us in a bind. Like, you taking care of business, bro, the wrong way, bro. He was like, man, look, man, I ain't nice to get moved in this pod, man. You know what I mean? I said, bro, then the dude look at you, the lieutenant, like he knew the count. He was like, yeah, that's my cousin too. I was like, that's your cousin? He was like, yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, we like related through marriage, but yeah, he my cousin too. I'm like, he is a mortal, y'all, so boom. I'm like, man, bro, he wild, man. He was like, man, look, man, I ain't do nothing, man, but try to get him before he get me. Like, you mad at me for that, man? Come on, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, listen, I don't got no problem with what you do, bro. I said, this don't have us in this joint. Like, we back in the maniac pods, bro, getting in trouble and wilding. I said, dudes is chilling in this joint, bro. I said, but you know what, though? I said, no, it don't matter what I say. I said, because you gonna do you anyway, right? He was like, true indeed, man. Like, it ain't nothing. Like, I hear you, but like, you gotta understand, I've been locked up since '95, Weezy, man. Like, I've been following my own rules for years. I'm like, you right, bro. So like, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. He like, yeah, it is, man. But you know, at the end of the day, though, man, like, I do want to go home, but like, dude disrespecting me, man. So I had to clean him up, though. I'm like, man, all right, man. So they got us locked down. You know what I mean? So the next morning come, we still don't come back out. Dude's like, yo, what's going on? It's Saturday morning, and we still behind the door. These people bring out food. We like, so everybody in the door. They don't even got no inmates passing out the food. This how you know this joint getting serious. So we like, everybody like, what's going on, man? People hit the intercom. The lady like, I don't know. They say y'all still on lockdown. I look, I can see dudes like, I look at the dudes at 23. They like, yo, D-Pod is out. D pod is out in the pod. So I was like, we the only ones locked down. Like, man, that's crazy, man. So my celly got up. He was like, man, for real, I feel bad about that. I ain't gonna lie. Because I did want to make me some food in the microwave. I was going to pop me some popcorn. So I do feel bad about that, though, man. He was like, but other than that, though, man, dude had to go, man. Like, you know, he had to go Weezy, man. So, like, everybody going to be mad at me now. But that's just what it is. I was like, bro, look, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like you wildin', man. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, I'm saying, like, I was going to tell you this anyway, though, man. He was like, because I don't like being in the cell right here, man. It's too close to the back door. So, like, you know, the back door be scaring me. Weezy, they come to the back door, be scaring me, man. I said, you ain't doing that anyway. What you scared? He like, man, nah, look, I was gonna tell you, like, man, I'm about to try to get this work, man. Like, for real, like, I got it set up where, you know, my peoples can make it happen for me, man. I was like, who your peoples, the CO? He was like, I'm being quiet as kept, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? But he ain't doing nothing but bringing me the dog food, though. He ain't gonna bring no la-la, none of that. He's just gonna bring me the dog food. So I'm like, you about to start selling dog food? He was like, yeah. He was like, but I know you trying to get transferred, so I ain't gonna bring that type of heat to the cell. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move downstairs in 21 with my homie. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like, man, you ain't even red team yet, man. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna move down there with my homie. I'm like, so where your homie roommate going at? He was like, his roommate about to go in the kitchen. So when he leave on Tuesday, I'm gonna move down there. And you just gonna be dolo, that's cool. Like, I was like, man, shh. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I almost showed him. Like, I don't be showing people when I do the Tiger Woods, man, but I almost did the Tiger Woods on him, y'all. So boom. I said, oh yeah. I said, well, I'm cool with that. I said, yeah, I'm cool with that, man. Docked him up. He was like, yeah, cause like, you know, the way I move the way I move, man. Like, I don't never, like, me and you, all right, Weezy, man. Like, I don't never want you to feel like I'm messing your beard up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move, you know what I mean? He was like, the sergeant already said he'll do it on Tuesday. So that's what we gonna do. So I'm like, all right, that's a bet, man. You know what I mean? I felt like I didn't have to preach to him no more. I felt like the conversation was over. That's my word. I'm like, man, that's a lot, man. So I'll say when the next weekend rolled around. So they kept us on lockdown until Sunday morning. So we did all of Friday. We did the rest of Friday, all of Saturday. Then they let us off Sunday morning. So we finally come off Sunday morning. We come off Sunday morning, everybody mad. Everybody looking all sour because ain't no microwave. They still played the movies for us. We got a movie channel, you know what I mean? So movies come on every Friday, so they had still played the movies, but still though, being locked down on Saturday and all that, dudes weren't feeling that. So we come out the pod, dudes was like, man, for real, man, we gotta have a pod meeting. And I ain't heard dudes say this since they started bringing the microwave in the joint. Because at first when they brought the microwave in the joint, earlier when I had got back in 2C, they had brought some Wild Young Boy up there. I think I did a story on it. The Wild Young Boy was wilding out, got the microwave took, and then people was mad about it. They had to do a meeting about the joint. So you hear the dudes like, yo, man, we need to have a meeting, man. We need to have a meeting, man. We need to have a meeting, man. Pod meeting, man. Have a pod meeting. So when we have a pod meeting, like, it's your choice if you want to come to the joint, but like everybody will just come to the pod. Like the benches, the seats, you know what I mean, in front of the TV, like dudes will be right there. So, you know what I mean, everybody just posted up, you know what I mean? It didn't look like we all was gathering for real, but we all was gathering. So everybody was just like, man, look, man, we ain't got no problem with nobody do, man. But like this pod right here, man, we chilling in this pod, man. Like for real. There's no pod that you can really chill in, man, regardless of what kind of pods they will make it, the honor pod, the about to get transferred pod, it doesn't matter. We still in penitentiary. And that's what we had to understand. So I didn't really want to take up for my roommate, but that's the reality that I had to let everybody know after everybody voiced their opinion. Everybody was like, yeah, that's crazy. We getting punished, man, because da-da-da-da. So my roommate just standing there like he just listening to it because he know, like he's to blame. So after they start talking, he say, who got something to say? He looked at me, I was like, man, look, all I'm gonna say is, man, like we all trying to get transferred. The majority of us are here trying to get transferred. I was like, but other than that, we still in penitentiary, man. Like, you know what I mean? Things happen all the time. Things happen all the time, real talk. Like, y'all gotta understand this penitentiary, man. So like, don't get too comfortable with how these people let us live, you know what I mean? So they was like, yeah, true indeed, but at the same time though, man, like the people letting us live though. If they letting us live and then people wilding out, like, we gotta work as a unit. Like, we can't have nobody in here getting us, you know what I mean, locked down. We ain't getting the microwave. We was the only pod getting the microwave every day, every weekend. I'm like, he was right. Like, we kept the microwave on the weekend. Like, no questions asked. I'm like, man, I feel y'all, man. Everybody was like, look, man, we just gotta do better, man. He looked at my roommate, he was like, look, man, you gotta tighten up, man. You coming in this joint, turning the pod up, man. What you got going on? He was like, man, look, respectfully, OG, man, look, man. I had to get dude before he got me. So dude was like, what? His homeboy was like, man, you snuck him though. That was weak. You snuck him, that was weak. He was like, yeah, ain't no rules in the fight. Yeah, ain't no rules in the fight. The dude was like, man, that was weak, man. You snuck him, man. Everybody, so it kind of turned into a little argument a little bit. So everybody like, nah, chill. So my roommate was like, man, it is what it is. He had a little smirk on his face. He was like, yeah, it is what it is. Dude was like, man, ain't you about to go home, man? Ain't you about to go home? You about to go home and leave us with all this bullshit, man? God damn, you gonna be out that bitch doing your thing, microwave in your crib, and you come in here and fuck it up for us. We ain't never get no microwave, huh? My roommate was like, shh, nigga, I ain't guaranteed to go home, nigga. He was like, what you mean you ain't guaranteed? He was like, man, let a nigga get me wrong, and you gonna see. So everybody was like, man, chill, man. He screaming on me, you know what I mean? Dude was like, man, he wildin', man. So dudes broke it up. Like, you doing too much, man. So my roommate was like, man, he kind of just blew it off. Meeting was over with. So everybody like, man, only one person that's really messing this up, you know what I mean? So it was over with. So everybody go back to the cell. My roommate don't say nothing about it. So the last 2 days went by. So Tuesday come. So when Tuesday had finally come, my roommate finally got the move done. So he moved. I'm telling y'all, I was so happy when that man moved, man. I was super duper happy. When that dude moved, I was like, shh, thank God, man. Thank God this man is not in my cell no more, y'all. So boom. I was happy about that, man. I was like, man, this guy's out of here. I don't have to freaking deal with this maniac no more, man. Even though he was still bringing BS to the pod, he wasn't my roommate no more, man, which was a plus, man. So I remained dolo in his cell. He moved downstairs in the cell 21 with his homeboy, the red team member. I'll say about on Thursday, this is my word, man, bro popped up with that D block. I'm starting to see dudes in the block move on some old maniacs time, like they moving like, you know what I mean? I'm starting to see how they moving. I'm like, dudes moving like, you gotta understand, dudes gonna take the risk with the D block because the D block don't stay in your system long. So dudes gonna take that risk. Dudes gonna take that risk before they take the la risk. You know what I mean? So dudes moving, I see dudes moving. I'm like, then I look, I just seen like 3 dudes, one white dude, they all standing by cell 21. So when I look, I'm like, I see my homeboy, I was like, what's going on in here? Dude from Richmond say, your old roommate got that train, shorty. He got that train. I was like, for real, man? He was like, yeah. I'm like, shh. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So I'm watching him make plays. He on the block. He keep coming out. He serving dudes through the tray slot. He doing all type of stuff. Him and the dude in the cell. So I'm like, man, y'all crazy. So they call cell break. He finally come out. You know what I mean? He finally come out. So when he finally come out, my word, I seen him. I say, hey, bro, we holler at you right quick. He was like, what's up, Weez? He was like, oh, you mess with that D block? I was gonna give you some eggs. I was like, nah, I don't mess with that, bro. I'm good. I don't want nothing. I'm good. Trust me on that. He was like, what's up? I said, walk with me right quick. He was like, what's up? So we start walking out. So we got away from his cell. We start walking. I'm like, look. I said, look, bro. I said, man, that investigator dude. I said, man, that man is like freaking Denzel off Training Day, bro. I said, he is coming. I said, so you need to be on point and you don't need to keep nothing in your room. He was like, nah, I keep everything on me. Yeah, I keep everything on me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I ain't, look. Man, we used to have a wild investigator on Buckingham. Like, you talking about the white dude, he'll come up there. Yeah, Buckingham, man, you can get beat on, man. Look, I'm trying to get some money before I go home. I'm trying to get me a car. I'm trying to get a Lexus when I get out there, man. I'm trying to buy this Lexus, man. Yeah, I got my cousin looking at this Lexus for me. I'm like, you trying to get a Lexus ASAP like that? He was like, off this train, about to make $2,500. I'm like, bro, listen, all I'm telling you to do is be careful. I ain't trying to argue with you, go back and forth. I ain't trying to do none of that. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So he ain't say nothing, you know what I mean? So I just let him go. I just let him go with the joke. I ain't say nothing else with the joke. So he continue on hustling. Man, you know what I mean? So dude that was the friend of the guy that got slumped downstairs in the salad port, he's still in the joint. He was the one that was arguing with my roommate. He was the one that was arguing with Poe while we was having the meeting. So my roommate's sneaky, man. That's why I learned about him, man. Like, and that's why I'm glad he out of my room, because the way he moved, the way he beat the red team member up, the way he did dude in the staircase, like, he was just a sneaky individual. I saw that, man. Like, he a big sneaky dude. And to be that big and be that sneaky, man, that's a weapon right there, man. So like I didn't know what he was gonna do, but I wasn't thinking that he was, you know what I mean, we're trying to make a move while he got to work. When you got to work, that's gonna make you move different. You gotta be here to get the money. You gotta be here to make sure the money good. You gotta collect your stuff. I know you got some commissary coming. You gotta move right, or you're not gonna see your money. That's what hustling is in penitentiary, man. So I wasn't thinking about him doing anything. That's my word. I look up, man, I just see him, man, like, for real, like the dude that he fought, his homeboy Slept in cell 8. I looked up, I seen my roommate, he was creepy. It's like he was like a dude that was like on a mission, because when I seen him, he's standing by the breezeway area back by cell 12. I told y'all, it's a toilet right there though, like a toilet you can use. It's like a real toilet, like it's a little joint to block you for cell 11 and cell 12 can't see you peeing, you know what I mean, or doing the bathroom, but it's a bathroom right there. So he's standing in the breezeway like this. He got his leg behind his foot. He's standing there, he keep going like this. I don't know what he's looking at though. I'm like, what bro looking at, man? I'm like, look at him like, he keep going like this. The dude that was arguing with him, kind of short dude too, he's nowhere near the size of my roommate. My roommate's super, man, he was nowhere near the size of this guy, man. I promise you, man, on everything. My roommate was just waiting. He was just laying, posed like this. Posed like this, he was like, dude finally came. Hey, CO, celebrate. It's cell break. She was like, yeah. So the CO start popping all the doors. Doom, 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 doom. People that's going in for cell break. I looked at my old roommate pose like, he seen that the little dude was going in cell 8. He was like, this word. He went right up in there. This my word. I don't know what he said. I don't know what was going on, but they was in there talking all the way up into the doors. The lady was like, cell break over. Next thing you know, here, push, all the doors start closing. This word, the doors closed. My roommate, man, he went in that jump, man. He just, all you heard was, he just started beating the dude up. So when I'm standing there, I'm like, I can't look in the joint, but I see dudes like, you know what I mean? So I see the red team dudes, his roommate, everybody standing by the door. So he in there beating up the little dude. And I'm like, shh, this jump crazy, man. So he in there doing, I walk up, I had to say something, y'all. I didn't want to, man. I didn't want to so bad. I had to. I walked up, I was like, hey man, y'all, come on, man, tell him stop, man. Come on, dude, little as hell, man. What y'all doing, man? Dude was like, I was like, yo, Poe. When I looked, Poe had him like this. Poe was on top of him. Boom, boom, just hitting him. I was like, Poe. He was like, I was like, man, come on, man, dude, little as hell, man. What you doing, man? He was like, you know how I go, Weezy? I had to get to him before me, man. He was like, yo, get the door, get the door, get the door. Dude, get the door. He was like, he just shoved the little dude on the ground. Little dude was like, dude, fucked up. He come out the joint. He was like, where the CO at? Where the CO at? He was like, man, come on. He come out the joint. He was like, he get out the joint. I walked up. I was like, yo, bro, you went in there and fought the little nigga, man. He was like, man, you know how I go. Weezy had to get that nigga before he get me. You know the count. I was like, bro, what do you keep acting like you got 50 years left, man? He was like, man, listen, I already told you. Nigga got loud with me, and this was my last conversation with him. He was like, nigga, I already told you, nigga. I ain't used to being short, nigga. I was like, you got it, bro. You got it, man. You got it, man. I walked away, y'all. So boom. I had a little conversation for this man. I walked away when my homeboy was like, man, stay away from that nigga, bro. He ain't in your cell no more. Stay the fuck away from him. Next thing you know, you hear everybody's, man, that's fucked up. Man, that's fucked up, man. That nigga did that shit, man. That's fucked up. He went in there and beat goddamn a little such and such up. Nigga goddamn way smaller than him, man. That's fucked up. At that point, it sounded like everybody was ready to whoop his ass as a one. Like, man, fuck it, let's jump this nigga, man. Like, this nigga moving out block and just turned straight to a whole fucking psychopath, man. I promise you, man. But like, he's so fucking stupid, and he's such a nigga that's definitely not used to being short, about to go to the crib. He think he still can trap with all this shit going on. With all this shit going on, he think he still can trap, man. I promise you, man. The dude didn't tell him. The little dude didn't tell him the next goddamn day. The next goddamn day, man, I wake up to the motherfucking investigators is down in this motherfucking cell 21. Now, I can't see what's going on because they under us, but when I looked, they got my roommate and his roommate sitting at the table right there, handcuffed. So I already knew it was them who was getting shook down. Man, that's my word, man. So the lieutenant dude was like, nah, you got something. He called my roommate name, nah, you got something. Nah, you got something. He was like, go in the shower. Put him in the shower. They put him and his roommate in the shower. They put him in the shower. That's my word. They super script searched them, man. They super script searched them niggas, man. Super duper script searched them niggas, man. Goddamn, investigator was like, yeah, right, I see it. Just go ahead and give it to me. So I guess he had it cheeked and he was bucking, you know what I mean? Investigator was like, I see it. Just go ahead and give it to me. I see it right there. I see the bag sticking out your butt. I see it sticking out your butt. He was like, man, I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got. So they called everybody in that bitch. More people come in that bitch. And they told that nigga, look, you either get that shit up now, we're gonna put you in a script cell. God damn it, when you can't use the bathroom, it ain't none of that shit in there. You gonna have to doodle, and that shit gonna come out sooner or later. So you might as well, they got the camera watching you, all that shit. So he was like, next thing you know, I just seen him taking that nigga out. Like damn near like 3 niggas got him. And he, you know what I mean? He like Like they taking him out the joint. You know what I mean? So his roommate didn't go to the fucking hole. His roommate didn't go to the hole. I was like, oh shit, that shit was crazy. So they take him out. You know what I mean? They let his roommate back out. His roommate go back to the cell. So goddamn, we was locked down to lunch. So after lunch, they let us back out. So we come back out, everybody talking like, yo, they finally locked that fucking maniac up, man. They was like, man, that's what that nigga get. Like, for real, that's what the fuck that nigga get, man. And like, I don't know if a nigga dropped a dime on him or what, but that investigator always found out what's going on. That's how we was never able to tell, like, yo, did somebody drop a dime on him? Now, he was born for somebody to tell him for what the fuck he was doing. Now, telling isn't good, but like, he moved somewhere where dudes was chilling, trying to get on other spots, and he came in there on some lunatic time. So we couldn't decipher if somebody told or the investigator was coming, because the investigator finds anything out. So it was up in there. We didn't know what to pick. But all I know is that this how crazy it was. The nigga who got knocked out, he went to the hole for some bullshit. He got knocked out. He just went to the hole for that. When he got out, they put him back in 2C. He go inside cell 21, which is poor old cell. Man, when I seen that, I was like, oh, but at the same time though, I don't know if bro gon' like, yo, I'ma chill out till, you know what I mean? Man, I promise you, man, as soon as they had locked down, that's all you heard was some noise downstairs. They was fighting. And he fucked, man, this word, he beat the shit out. He beat the living shit out that blood dude. Man, he beat the bricks off that nigga ass, man, and went back to the bank. And never came the fuck back out, man. He never came the fuck back out. But the red team dude had to pay just on the script of my roommate. The word that came back out about my roommate, that he got caught with a fucking pool shot of D-block. Whole pool shot, y'all, 3.5, man. A whole pool shot of that shit. He got caught with that shit, man. They said them people gave him another 2.5 years behind that shit. So he didn't go home when he was supposed to, but he didn't want to any fucking way. This guy was a pretty lunatic, man, but that shit was wild, man. I ain't gonna lie, like, seeing that shit before I got to Lawrenceville, that shit was out of control, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, but that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, for watching another one, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Stay y'all ass out the way, period, man. But this was a bonus banger right here. What I need y'all to do is what? Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.